This YCN segment is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill on Lake Sunapee in Newberry Harbor.
You're watching the New Hampshire Association of Broadcasters award-winning YCN Game of the Week. Today we are in Barrie, Vermont for a gridiron neighborhood clash between the Crimson Tide of Spaulding hosting the Raiders of U32. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by La Valley and Middleton Building Supply. Home improvement and construction from concept to completion in 10 locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. My TV, every weeknight from 8 to 10 on WYCI with 2 editions of Law and Order, The X-Files, Dateline, and American Ninja Warrior. Watch for the new season premiering the week of September 24th. Mount Sunapee, a special New Hampshire ski and summer resort. They say we are familiar, we are warm, and we are fun. We are Sunapee. Mascoma Savings Bank. With no shareholders to please, they are committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in the community. Bubba's Bar and Grill, offering fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizza, entrees, and award-winning seafood chowder. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. MJ Harrington & Company, jewelers and designers since 1948, committed to crafting the finest quality jewelry for our customers. And by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist for the most complete line of energy products. And enjoy a level of superior customer and on-site service. Welcome into the YCN Game of the Week. I'm Andrew Zerhide on the call tonight. We are in Barrie, Vermont for a big rivalry matchup between the U32 Raiders and the hosting Spalding Crimson Tide. U32 over the last decade has dominated this matchup, but this year Spalding is hoping for a win. They haven't beaten U32 since 2008. And for the U32 Raiders, we're going to be keeping an eye on sophomore quarterback Nathan LaRosa and look for a couple of offensive pieces helping him out with Andrew Proto and Carter Pelzel. Proto is a running back senior and Pelzel is a junior tight end. Both of those guys should be big in the backfield, picking up a ton of yards. And for the Spaulding Crimson Tide, we're going to be keeping an eye on their junior quarterback, Jackson Pearson. He's going to be running and throwing the ball here tonight, and also we're going to be keeping an eye on a couple of running backs, Corey John and Jesse Dindo. Both are seniors, both are going to be picking up a ton of yards, rushing on the ground. When the YCN Game of the Week returns, we'll have this big football rivalry matchup. When we come back, don't go anywhere.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Andrew Zerhide here on the call for you tonight. We are in Barrie, Vermont at Spaulding High School. U32 Raiders traveling here to take on the Crimson Tide here from Spaulding. Looks like Zach Millette will kick things off from Spaulding. Pretty nice kick there. Proto catches the ball. That's Andrew Proto there, down to about the 35-yard line. Pretty good kick there by Millette, but Proto brings it to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Raider ball. The YCN scoreboard sponsor is La Valley and Middleton Building Supply. Home improvement and construction from concept to completion. And also by Bubba's Bar and Grill, overlooking the beautiful Newberry Harbor on Lake Sunapee. Raiders taking the snap now. Run up the middle. Picked up a few yards there. And there might have been a fumble. Spaulding thinks they recover the ball, and they did. So the Crimson Tide in the first play from scrimmage recover a big fumble. And they're in their own territory, or excuse me, on U32 territory now. They were in great field position. What a huge start for the Spaulding defense. Not sure who fumbled it or who made the play, who made the recovery, but what a big start for the Spaulding, and as was said in the opening, U32 has won this matchup the last, I believe, 9 times over the last decade. They've dominated Spaulding. The Crimson Tide this year looking better than in past seasons. Quick start for them right now. That's Jackson Pearson, quarterback in the shotgun position. He throws. That is Jesse Dindo there with the reception. Picked up a decent gain there, and that's a 12-yard gain. Spaulding first down. So the Crimson Tide moving the chains here quickly. Spaulding definitely not afraid to drop back and throw the ball. Jackson Pearson, nice throw there from the junior quarterback. Most high school football programs are running teams, but clearly Pearson can throw the ball. That's a handoff there to Corey John. Right up the gut. Picked up a few yards there, maybe about 5. Our next YCN game of the week will feature Hartford hosting Rutland. Most games premiere on Saturday night at 7 p.m. on WYCU and WYCI, and at 5 p.m. on WYCX. So the Crimson Tide threatening here early on after the fumble recovery. Big play from their defense. Pearson is in the shotgun, sends a man to his right. Takes the snap. Ooh, there's a flag, maybe a false start there.
Illegal motion against the Tide.
Looks like illegal motion against Spalding.
I believe that's a 5-yard penalty.
That'll push them back a little bit there, maybe 5 yards. So it'll be about 2nd and 10. A little hiccup there, but still just 2nd down now. Pearson again in the shotgun. He's looking to his left. Pump fake. He's going to roll out to the right, and he's going to take it. He's brought down maybe a pickup of about 3 or 4 yards there. So that's going to be about 3rd and 6 maybe.
Gain of 3. 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7 here. Spaulding would love to put some points on the board after that fumble recovery. Trying to take advantage of the turnover here.
Let's go, boys! Come on now!
It's probably 4th down territory, so you have another shot at it after this play, but see if U32's defense can come up big. Shotgun formation there. Here's the snap. Throw to his left. A nice catch there. Did he hold on? Yeah, he did. That was Jesse Dindo, running back. Obviously a catching back. And that was a gain of 7.5 yards. First down, Spaulding. Nice 3rd down play there. Nice catch by Dindo, too. It was maybe thrown a little too far outside to Dindo's left, but reached out and made the reception. Nice play. Hey, local sports fans, 94.5 ESPN's Brett Franklin Sports Talk Show can be seen on YCN's WYCX Outside Television at midnight every weekday. Looks like a wildcat snap there. And Pearson will take it himself. Picked up about 7 or so yards there, maybe 8. Nice run there by Pearson. Going to be about 2nd and 3. Both these teams 1-1 so far in the season. U32 beat Mount Abraham in week 1 and lost to Burr and Burton in week 2. Spaulding lost to Bellows Falls in week 1 and then blew out Oxbow last week. So good matchup here. Direct snap. I believe that was back to Pearson. Did he get the first down? Looks like he did. Chains will be dropped. And now 1st down and goal.
From the 1-yard line, it looks like.
So far, Spaulding really keeping to the air here, electing to pass the ball rather than hand it off, but we have seen Pearson run up the gut a few times on the keepers. Kind of the wildcat there. Man lined up behind Pearson, I formation. And Pearson is going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard. Nice play there by the U32 defensive line. It's going to be 2nd and goal now. Now premiering every Saturday night at 6 p.m. is Yankee Chronicle, followed by Vermont Rap with Keith Hansen. Compelling interviews and provocative commentary regarding today's hot-button political and social issues in Vermont.
Second down and goal.
Second down and goal here now. I believe Spalding's only has a few yards to go here for the touchdown. Maybe need about 2 or 3.
Payette on the carry.
There was a handoff to Casey Payette, the senior running back. Looks like he's short there.
Come on, boys! Let's go!
Did he get the touchdown?
Third down.
No, he did not, so it's going to be 3rd and inches now.
3rd and inches.
Got to imagine Spaulding will just use a running play here.
Payette on the carry.
Pearson comes into the Spaulding huddle, tells his team what they're doing. They line up. So 3rd down and inches. Obviously 4th down territory, you'd have another shot at it, but still a big play. U32 defense lining up late there.
Pearson to Payette.
Payette there with the run. I couldn't tell. I don't think he got in there. Yeah, another big stop there by U32's defense.
4th down.
So back-to-back stops there. And runs up the middle
By the Raiders.
by Casey Payette. Now 4th and inches. U32's defense has done a nice job of the defensive line doing a nice job of penetrating Spalding's offensive line, stopping these short runs up the middle. He's a big 4th down here. Of course, they will go for it. And it was a fake snap high. And that is touchdown Spaulding. Couldn't quite tell who ran it in there, but
That was Jones on the carry.
big 4th down touchdown there. Corey John, senior running back, with the 1-yard touchdown run. Spaulding gets on the board, takes advantage of that early turnover. U32's defense was pretty solid there, but just couldn't hold Spaulding there on 4th and inches. So Spaulding lines up for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So kick there. That'll make it 7-0 Spaulding. Early touchdown by the Crimson Tide off the early fumble recovery. Nice job by Spaulding early on. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Harris Family Furniture in Plymouth, Laconia, and Chichester.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barry, Vermont. Spaulding Crimson Tide just scored an early touchdown against the U32 Raiders. Spaulding took advantage of an early fumble recovery by their defense. So Spaulding will kick things off now. Zach Millette, the kicker. The kick is up, and it is a bit of a squib there, bouncing around. And U32's Max Fair there, sophomore, will just catch the ball and go down to a knee. Probably a good call by him. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Echo Communications. Call them for all of your printing needs. Check for all of our air times by clicking on schedules at ycnnow.com. So both teams 1-1 so far here in week 3. Both teams have been blown out once and have had solid wins in the other weeks. U32 will run to their left. I believe that was Cameron Comstock there.
Ball carried by McMahon.
Oh, excuse me, that was McMahon.
Second down and 9.
That was Martin McMahon, senior running back for the Raiders there. Nathan LaRosa, sophomore quarterback, behind center. Slightly in a bit of a shotgun formation there. Man rolls to his right. That's Proto. Proto gets the handoff, and he's got space on the right side. And Andrew Proto, senior running back, gets the first down and more.
But not before he got looks like a 20-yard run.
Picked up about
19-yard run.
20 yards there on the handoff to the right side. It's almost a fake there. Proto kind of rolling to his right before the snap, took the handoff.
First and 10 on the 44.
Nice job by U32 of concealing who has the football. La Rosa takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle there. Maybe pick up about 5, maybe 6 with the extra effort there, falling forward. I believe that was Logan Wedge, senior running back there. So it's going to be about 2nd and 4 now. Raiders just over 50-yard line. A few yards into Spalding territory now. Rosa takes the snap, hands it off. And that is back to Logan Wedge. Picks up the first down and more. Maybe about 10 yards there. U32 doing a nice job of protecting their running backs, creating holes. Seems like U32 has a number of guys they can go to, a number of guys they trust to run the ball forward. So if you're Spalding, you got to pay attention who's getting the ball. And La Rosa is sacked in the backfield. That is number 7, Spalding. Daniel Durgin, senior defensive end there, also receiver. Nice sack by him. That's going to knock U32 back about 7 yards. It's going to be about 2nd and 17 now.
That'll be 2nd down. It looks like 18.
So U32 lines up now. Rosa takes the snap. Oh, and there's a fumble, but I think the Raiders recovered it. Nice job by U32 recovering there. Obviously, U32 fumbled on the first play from scrimmage in this game, so having a little trouble with ball security, and looked like there U32 dropped the fumble. Not sure if Spalding actually made the play, but so the Raiders line up 3rd and 19 now. Let's see if they can pick up a big chunk of yards here. La Rosa drops back, makes a short pass. And there's Logan Wedge muscling his way forward. They almost picked it up. Looks like Wedge is maybe a little slow to get up there. His helmet came off. What a big pickup there by U32. Yeah, picked up about 18 of the 19 yards they needed. So it's going to be about 4th and 1 here. U32 on almost the 30-yard line. Looks like face mask against Spaulding was the flag there. So that will give U32 a first down and more. Really a nice run there by Logan Wedge, but Spaulding grabbed his face mask, so they get the first down.
First and 10 on the
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. We'll choose the team member that had the greatest impact on tonight's contest. So La Rosa lines up, takes the snap, hands it off there. Number 34, Nolan Hudson. The sophomore fullback picks up a few yards there.
That looks like Hudson on the carry, number 34.
Maybe about 5 yards. Pretty solid run there.
Gain of 5 will be 2nd down and 5.
Raiders really not throwing the ball, sticking to the ground. But they really switched up who's been picking up the yards. And there's number 9, Andrew Proto, rolling to the right side. And did he get in? Looks like he got in for the touchdown. Not sure if a referee signaled touchdown yet or not. Yeah, might have come up just short. Not sure if he actually got in. The refs are talking about it. But again, that run to the Right sideline, Andrew Proto sweeping out to his right. That has been an effective play so far. The refs are really discussing this, taking a long time here. Did Proto cross the goal line or not for the touchdown? Refs are deciding. And I think he's going to be short. Yeah, so I think U32 is going to be right on the goal line. First and goal. Yeah, first and goal from the 1 yard line here. Sure, U32 will just hand it off, try to punch it in. See if Spalding's defensive line can hold here. LaRosa takes the snap, hands it off to his left. And that's number 42, Martin McMahon, senior running back. He's easily in for the touchdown. 6-7 now, U32. Nice drive there by the Raiders. Really sticking to the ground, but using a bunch of different backs, trying to keep Spalding's defense on their toes. It looks like U32 here will go for 2. Try to take an early lead by 1 point. Handoff up the middle. Oh, nope, to the right side. LaRosa kept it himself. But he was tackled. Spalding read that all the way. So the 2-point attempt fails. Spalding stays ahead with a small lead. 7-6 here, 1:05 to go in the first quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You are watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. We are here in Barrie, Vermont. U32 Raiders traveled not too far to take on the Spaulding Crimson Tide. And right now, Spaulding ahead 7-6 with 1:05 to go here in the first quarter. Both teams scoring first quarter touchdowns. U32 just completed a long drive that resulted in a 1-yard touchdown run by Martin McMahon. U32 will kick it off here. That's number 17, Aiden Hawkins, the freshman. Bit of a short kick there. Spalding's number 7 runs it back. Daniel Durgeon to about the 40-yard line. Spalding will have decent field position to start off this drive. Today's telecast is being brought to you in part by MJ Harrington, jewelry and designers in Newport, New Hampshire. And you can watch any of our local shows anytime at ycnnow.com. So both teams 1-1 right now. Vermont's week 3 of football. U32 beat Mount Abraham in week 1, 28-14, but then lost to powerhouse Burton 16-62. Spalding lost to Bellows Falls 8-30 in week 1 and beat Oxbow 32-0 in week 2. So both teams in their wins and losses really kind of been both blowouts, but in different ways. And there's Spalding's quarterback, just out of the hands of Sam Bigglestone, the receiver. And there is a flag. Might have been pass interference.
2 flags on the play.
And 2 flags on the play. One in the backfield and where Bigglestone tried to make the play. See what the refs say here. I'm not sure what the call is yet. So the 2 penalties offset each other. There was a pass interference. Not sure what the one in the backfield was, but the fouls will offset, so nothing happens here. We will do 1st and 10 again here on the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 40 for Crimson Tide.
In past years, over the last few years, U32 has had much more success than Spalding. Crimson Tide have not made the playoffs since 2008, but in 2008 they won the Vermont Division II state championship. But U32 Raiders have made the playoffs the last 3 years, losing in the finals in 2015. So Spaulding here, out and there is a flag. Probably a false start there. Yep, false start by the offense.
That's the 5-yard variety.
That will knock Spaulding back about 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now. So slow moving right now with this drive. But as I was saying, Spaulding hasn't made the playoffs since 2008, but U32, they made the Division III finals in 2015, lost. They made the D3 semis in 16, and then moved up to D2 in 17, lost in the quarters. And there is a pass now out to Bigglestone, and he rolls to his left. Gets the first down there. Nice run by Bigglestone. Handoff from Pearson. Nice 15-yard pickup there. Yep, got the first down. Spaulding moving the chains here after a few flags.
Great pass by Pearson on the flat.
Yeah, it was a good pass by Pearson there. Jackson Pearson lines up behind center. One man in the backfield behind him. Pearson takes the snap, fake handoff, hands it off to another man. I believe that was Corey John there, picking up about 3 or so yards. So 2nd and 7 here, and the first quarter comes to a close. Spaulding with a 1-point lead, 7-6 here. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with all the second quarter action. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by LaValley Building Supply and Middleton Building Supply.
The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by LaValley and Middleton Building Supply. Home improvement and construction from concept to completion in 10 locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. MyTV, every weeknight from 8 to 10 on WYCI with 2 editions of Law & Order, The X-Files, Dateline, and American Ninja Warrior. Watch for the new season premiering the week of September 24th. Mount Sunapee, a special New Hampshire ski and summer resort. They say we are familiar, we are warm, and we are fun. We are Sunapee. Mascoma Savings Bank. With no shareholders to please, they are committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in the community. Bubba's Bar and Grill, offering fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizza, entrees, and award-winning seafood chowder. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. MJ Harrington & Company, jewelers and designers since 1948, committed to crafting the finest quality jewelry for our customers. And by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, for the most complete line of energy products, and enjoy a level of superior customer and on-site service. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. We are here in Barrie, Vermont, as the U32 Raiders traveled here to take on the Spaulding Crimson Tide. We are here for the beginning of the second quarter. Andrew Zerhide here on the call. Spaulding about to take a snap here, 2nd and 8. And there's a pass, incomplete though. Spaulding's quarterback Jackson Pearson was pressured there. Looks like that was number 31, Sullivan O'Hara, as well as John Henkin Jr. So pressure there on Pearson, had to get rid of the ball. So 3rd down and 8 now. So both these teams were in Division III a couple of years ago, but beginning before the 2017 season, they both moved up to Division II. Spaulding here now, lining up for a 3rd and 8. Pearson behind center. Yeah, there was a player way off sides there on the other side of the field. And there's a handoff from 11 to 25 on Spaulding, but U32's defense read that all the way. There was nowhere for Crimson Tide's ball carrier to go. I think that was Corey John there who got brought down. Nice job by U32's defense. Immediately in the backfield there. Spalding probably punt now. It's going to be about 4th and 13, and they're backed up now past midfield, so I'm sure a punt is coming. And we will have a timeout by the Crimson Tide. Coach Bob Lamb of Spaulding wants to talk this one over, so we're going to take a break as well. 11:26 to play here in the second quarter. Spaulding up 7-6. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Lake Sunapee Visiting Nurse Association and Hospice.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barrie, Vermont. U32 taking on the Spaulding Crimson Tide. Andrew Zerhide here on the call. 11:26 to go here in the second quarter. Spaulding up by 1 point. Pearson takes the snap, throws a bullet down the middle. Kind of looked like it hit the ground. Yeah, and even if it was a reception, it was short of the first down. That pass was to Sam Bigglestone, and it was a completed pass, but just short, about a yard short. So the Raiders will take over just past their own 40-yard line. Not a bad play there by Spaulding. Obviously out of the timeout there by Bob Lamb, but just came up short. Really a nice reception there by Bigglestone, laying out for that ball. So U32 will take over now, 1st and 10. Nathan LaRosa, the sophomore quarterback, lines up. One man behind him. He drops back to pass, throws the ball, and it is complete. That was number 48, Carter Pelzel. Nice reception by him. He is a big tight end. Sure, they want to try to get him involved in this game. That'll be about 2nd and 1 now, a pickup of about 9 yards by Pelzel. And there was a big hit there, but Pelzel was able to take it. Got it pretty quickly. U32 lines back up now, 2nd and 1. So LaRosa takes the snap, quick handoff there to number 42. That's Martin McMahon. He runs to his left and he has some space. Picks up the first down and more. Maybe a pickup of about 11 there. Nice run by McMahon. Those quick, sneaky little handoffs have worked well for U32. Just immediately with the snap, you hand it off to a running back who's running to his left or right. And they've had the room to pick up the yards, so nice job by the Raiders in their running game right now. So 1st and 10 now. About the 40-yard line. A quick handoff there again. That's number 33, and he is still going. That's Logan Wedge there, and he's still going. Does get pushed out of bounds, but the second effort, they're fighting for the extra yards. Picked up of about, I think, more than 20 yards there, maybe 25. Nice run there. The extra effort has been huge for U32's running backs. And they're marching down the field very quickly here. 1st and 10. 10:24 to play here in the second quarter. LaRosa takes a snap, and there is a flag down. False start on the offense. That'll push the Raiders back 5 yards. 1st and 15 now. They'll be about on their own, looks like, 22-yard line. Tune in every Saturday at 9 p.m. for Sports Wrap, taking a look at local high school sports, followed by Sports Talk, focusing on our region's pro sports with the Salt Hill Pub NFL Picks of the Week. Check for other air times by clicking on schedules at ycnnow.com. So LaRosa lines up, one man behind him. Oh, and a fumble. And that has been the Raiders' weakness so far in this game. That is the 3rd fumble, but I believe they recovered. So between 3 fumbles, they have lost 1, recovered the other 2, and the Raiders will take a timeout now. Want to talk this one over. It's going to be about 2nd and 20 when we come back. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barrie, Vermont. Andrew Zerhide here with the call. U32 now, 2nd and 21 with about 10 minutes left in the second quarter. La Rosa rolls to his left, throws it up, and it is intercepted by Spalding. I believe that was number 22, Sam Bigglestone, with a huge interception. I almost thought he fumbled that ball, didn't make the play, but he hauls it in. Huge turnover there by the Crimson Tide. Already their second turnover of the game. And U32's offense, when they've gotten rolling, they've been effective running the ball, but turnovers have been a problem. 3 fumbles now, only lost 1 of them. And obviously there with the interception. Huge play there by Spaulding. With 10 minutes to go here, Crimson Tide could have a long drive, try to eat up this clock, take an even bigger lead heading into the break. So Pearson, quarterback from Spaulding, lines up. Oh, and a fumbled ball there. I believe Spaulding recovered. Both teams having trouble with the snaps and handoffs right now. Crimson Tide did recover that ball, so no turnover, but really both teams struggling with ball security at the moment. YCN is affiliated with the Heroes and Icons Network on WYCI and WYCU. Watch our new programs every weekday from noon to 8, and MyTV from 8 to 9 p.m., and Outside Television on WYCX. Pearson lines up, takes the snap, high snap, oh, and another fumble. Oh, and U32 recovers the ball in the end zone for the touchdown. Wow, the Raiders take the lead. Now up 12-7. Excuse me, it is a safety. They called him out of bounds. Ball went out of the back of the end zone. That is a 2-point safety. Still, U32 takes the lead. It looked like the Raiders recovered the ball in the end zone, but the refs ruled the ball going out of bounds with no possession from the Raiders. So that is a safety. What a huge play there by the Raiders. Ball security continues to be an issue for both teams, but we're going to take a timeout. U32 now up 8-7 with 9:10 to go here in the second quarter. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Mount Sunapee Resort. Fun for all seasons.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barrie, Vermont. Andrew Zerhide here on the call. Spalding Crimson Tide will now kick off to U32. The Raiders just recorded a safety, almost a fumble recovery touchdown by the defense, but ruled a safety. The ball did go out of the back of the end zone. So the Raiders now will get possession. That's number 85, Anthony Engelhard there. And he will run to about the 45-yard line, so the Raiders will start in pretty good field position with 9 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Mascoma Savings Bank, mutually owned with no shareholders to please. If you want your local event televised into YCN's nearly 300,000 TV households, contact us at info@ycnnow.com for more information. So U32 will line up now. La Rosa there for the snap, one man behind him. A quick handoff there, another sweeping handoff. That's Andrew Proto, number 9, and he is still on his feet. Picks up almost 15 yards there. An easy first down. And those quick handoffs for U32 have been very effective. When they have a running back in motion, running to the right or left, they have quickly handed the ball off to that player, and they've been able to power forward for first downs. U32 can just work on their ball security. I think they could easily stick to the ground and score a touchdown here. And there's number 33, Logan Wedge there. Almost picks up the first down. U32 really love to have a man in motion. They love to hand it off to that guy, but that time they didn't give it to Proto, they gave it to Wedge, so the Raiders really trying to keep Spaulding on their toes, trying to keep their defense off balance. LaRosa now with the snap, 2 men behind him, and there's a reverse handoff. That's number 42. Martin McMahon, senior running back there, picks up about 8 or so. Another nice run there by the Raiders. It's going to be about 2nd and 2 now. In addition to airing on our 3 TV stations, all YCN games and programs are posted for your viewing pleasure anytime at ycnnow.com. And you can also click on schedules for replay times. So U32 lines up, LaRosa now, man in motion. Rolls to his right. He's maybe going to pitch it to his right, but keeps it himself. Got to be careful here, can't take too big of a hit. A number of guys brought him down. Picked up a few yards there. Don't know if he got the first. I don't believe he did. Yep, it's going to be about 3rd and 1 now. U32 not throwing the ball a ton here. Obviously, one of the times they did throw the ball, it was picked off by Spalding. So clearly the Raiders trying to keep the ball on the ground now. 1 man now lined up behind LaRosa, running back in motion, and they give it to him, number 42. That's McMahon. Will pick up the first down. And those men in motion handoffs. That's what U32 is using a ton here. But another first down. The Raiders can just not turn the ball over. I think they could punch one in here, but you got to work on ball security. Wedge in behind LaRosa now. Wedge gets the handoff. I think he fumbled the ball. Not sure if he was down, and he was down. The refs called him down. So no fumble there. Just as I was saying, U32 needs to be aware of ball security, but running back Wedge there was down.
2nd and 5.
So 2nd and 5 now. Wedge behind LaRosa. Man in motion. There's a handoff to Proto. And he runs right up the middle and easily in for a touchdown. Beats a couple of men. But he is in for the score. U32 extends their lead now. They will go up 14-7. And maybe more with an extra point or 2-point conversion. But that is a touchdown run there by Andrew Proto. Really, you never know who's going to get the ball. You know, U32, you could probably assume they're going to try to run it, but you just never know who's going to get it. And they are going for 2 now. LaRosa with the snap and handoff. And that's number 85. Anthony Engelhard, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. So U32 goes ahead now 16-7 with 6:30 left to play here in the 2nd quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, though. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by New London Hospital, an affiliate of Dartmouth Hitchcock.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Andrew Zerhide here on the call. Barry, Vermont, U32 Raiders kicking off here to the Spalding Crimson Tide. The Raiders just scored a touchdown on a run by Andrew Proto and Aiden Hawkins here on the kick. Crimson Tide will run the ball back. Bit of a bobble there. Spalding does run the ball to about their own 32-yard line. That's where the Crimson Tide will take over on a 1st and 10 with less than 6.5 to go here in the 2nd quarter. The YCN scoreboard sponsor is La Valley Inn Middleton Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion, and also by Bubba's Bar and Grill, overlooking the beautiful Newberry Harbor on Lake Sunapee. So far, all of the points here tonight have been scored on the ground besides a 2-point safety. that the Raiders forced. And that touchdown that they just scored by Andrew Proto, that possession was the result of that safety. So U32's defense has been pretty solid. Spaulding will take over now. There's Spaulding's 45 there on the handoff. That's Casey Payette there.
Great run by Payette.
Picking up about 7 or 8 yards, I'd say.
Gave about 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4.
Spaulding now trying to put some more points on the board before halftime. They could, on this drive, make it a 1-point game. They could put up 8 points here. That would make it 15-16 with a 2-point conversion. Jackson Pearson now takes the snap, hands it off to number 11, and he is immediately brought down by number 40, Ben Wader there, the junior defensive back by U32, bringing down Jesse Dindo, and Dindo is limping now, coming off the field. He looks like he is a little banged up. Yeah, and he is off the field and now sitting, being attended to by a couple of trainers, so hopefully he's okay and can return back to action soon. But Spaulding now facing a 3rd down and 8. Really was a big play there by Wader from U32. Spaulding will line up now. Pearson shotgun, 1 man behind him. Takes the snap, looks to throw, avoids some pressure, does throw downfield. And number 22, Sam Bigglestone, makes the reception. We've seen Bigglestone make a number of nice plays here. Nice catch by him. That moves the chains. That was a big 3rd down completion there. Gain of 16 yards. So Crimson Tide now 1st and 10. And they are into U32 territory on about the 46-yard line. Our next YCN game of the week will feature the Hartford Hurricanes hosting the Rutland Raiders. Most games premiere on Saturday night at 7 p.m. on WYCU and WYCI and 5 p.m. on WYCX. Pearson takes the snap and throws. And Millette could not hang on there. Millette could not make the play, so 2nd and 10 now. Pretty good pass there by Jackson Pearson, the junior, but couldn't hang on was Millette. Spaulding, they are not afraid to throw the ball. Obviously U32 more of a run-first team, but Crimson Tide mixing it up, mixing their play calling up. Jackson Pearson now line up shotgun, 1 man behind him. And that's 45. He will make the catch there. And he does pick up the 1st down, rolls to the left sideline. That's Casey Payette there. 12-yard pickup. Nice run there after Payette made the catch, turned, ran forward. So moving the chains again is Spaulding. Doing a nice job of picking up positive yardage. And their man Jesse Dindo, Spaulding, running back senior, he is still on the bench. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Pearson takes the snap. Oh! Threw it to Payette, was the intended target, but was pressured, had to get rid of the ball quickly. So now 2nd and 10 on about the 33-yard line. Hey, local sports fans, 94.5 ESPN's Brett Franklin Sports Talk Show can be seen on YCN's WYCX Outside Television at midnight every weekday. Pearson now, right behind center. He's going to give a fake handoff, but he is feeling pressure, and he is brought down for the sack behind the line of scrimmage. That's number 73 of U32, Gary Arliff, the junior lineman. Nice job by Arleith there. U32's defensive line doing a nice job of getting into Spalding's backfield and making plays, applying pressure. Nice pass rushing there. So it's going to be 3rd and 13 now. See if Spaulding can pick up another first down. Pearson instructing his team where to line up, where to go, and he's in the shotgun formation. He takes the snap. Feeling pressure, he's going to have to get rid of it. And number 13 is there for the catch. That's Zach Millette. Nice play there by Pearson. Felt the pressure, had to get rid of the ball. And found Millette about 10 or so yards forward. Millette made the catch. Ran forward, picked up the first down. And Gary Arleith now, who just made a big sack, is hobbling off the field. Hopefully he's okay and can return soon. He's going to have to take a bit of a break. So the Crimson Tide now 1st and 10 from about the 19-yard line. So Pearson, one man in the backfield. And he gets rid of the ball quickly. Oh! Just off the hands of Sam Bigglestone. And we've seen Bigglestone at times tonight here make much harder plays than that one, but just off his hands, couldn't haul it in. Not a bad pass there by Pearson. Maybe a little high, but still, Bigglestone probably should have made the play. So now 2nd down and 10, still on the 19-yard line.
Ball's on the 17-yard line.
Pearson now. In the shotgun. He'll take this one, roll to his right side. Throws. And the ball is incomplete. So that'll be 3rd and 10. See what the Crimson Tide decide to do here. They've already converted a couple of big 3rd downs on this drive. They've really eaten a ton of time on this clock. I believe they took over with about 10 minutes to go, and now less than 3 minutes here to play in the 2nd quarter. So Pearson now one man behind him. That's Corey John. One man in motion. And that's going to be a false start, I believe, against the offense, and that hurts Spaulding. Yep, false start, so going to be 3rd and 15 now. Makes the task even more difficult for the Crimson Tide. Obviously, I'd say you are in 4th down territory, so you'd have another shot if you don't get it here, but still, now you need 15 yards. Not going to be easy. See what they decide to do. Pearson has been very successful throwing the ball. And his receivers have made plays, but in the last couple of plays, they have dropped it. So one man in motion now. Pearson takes a snap. It is low on the ground. He picks it up, though, rolls to his right, throws the ball up. And number 22, Sam Bigglestone, fights over a couple of defenders and hauls in the touchdown catch. What a huge catch there by Bigglestone. And excuse me, it was not a touchdown. Bigglestone did go out of bounds. Looks like they will be on about the 1-yard line. What a play there by Bigglestone. Just a couple snaps before that, the ball went off his hands, but he made up for it there. What a huge completion. And now 1st down and goal. Crimson Tide looking to punch one in here. Pearson now right behind center. Quarterback sneak. And he goes in for the touchdown. Spaulding adds another TD, trying to cut the deficit here. Nice drive here by Spaulding, taking up almost the entire quarter, resulting in a touchdown. And fought through some flags, some dropped passes, but they eventually got the touchdown there. Jackson Pearson runs it in for the score. Nice job by Spaulding's offense. So all the touchdowns here being run in. Spaulding now going for the extra point, and it is blocked. So now it'll be a 3-point game when we come back. Spaulding now down 13-16, U32 still ahead. We have 2:12 left to play here before halftime in the second quarter. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill on Lake Sunapee in Newberry Harbor.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Andrew Zerhide here on the call in Barrie, Vermont. U32 Raiders have traveled here to take on the Spaulding Crimson Tide. Spaulding just marched down the field and scored a touchdown. Now 13-16 with the Raiders in the lead. 2:12 left here to play in the second quarter. Spaulding now kicking things off. Bit of a squib kick now. U32 will recover, and Proto tries to run it back here, finds a bit of a hole, has a little bit of space. Will be brought down almost to the 40-yard line. Pretty good run back there by Proto. So the Raiders taking over now, almost at the 40-yard line. They're going to try to extend their lead with about 2 minutes left to play here before halftime. Now premiering every Saturday night at 6 p.m. is Yankee Chronicle, followed by Vermont Rap with Keith Hansen. Compelling interviews and provocative commentary regarding today's hot-button political and social issues in Vermont. So the Raiders now line up. LaRosa will take the snap. Proto was in motion, but the ball goes to Logan Wedge. Picked up maybe about a couple yards there. Going to be about 2nd and 8 now.
Second down and a long 8.
So far, all of the touchdowns have been run in. There have been no receiving touchdowns. There was a safety by U32's defense. It's mostly been a running game. Spaulding has passed the ball. So LaRosa hands it off now to Proto, and Proto runs up the middle, has room, and will he break free? He will break free. Beats a number of defenders. Oh, and there is a flag in the backfield. And this one is coming back. U32 does not know it yet. LaRosa is looking at his team, telling them there was a hold, and this ball is coming back. A flag on the play. That is devastating for the Raiders. They were rejoicing. The fans were, everyone was happy, and now Spalding's fans are rejoicing. So a 61-yard touchdown run will come back because of a hold in the backfield. Big flag there. And really no one noticed the flag. None of the players, none of the fans. I didn't even notice the flag. But Nathan LaRosa, U32's quarterback, immediately did. So not only will that touchdown not count, but now it's going to be about 2nd and 17, it looks like. So the Raiders backed up a little bit now. See if they can pick up some more yardage on the ground here. Man in motion. And another flag. I believe this is against U32. Another flag against the Raiders. False start. So now it's going to be 2nd and 23. So man, U32 looked like they were scored a big touchdown, take a bigger lead, and then a couple of flags knocked them back. So 2nd and 23 now. Raiders on about their own 25-yard line. There's a handoff to Wedge. Logan Wedge picks up almost 10 yards in that play, making up for a couple of the flags there. Pretty good run. So now it's going to be about 3rd and 13. So about 3rd down and 11 here, really. Man in motion, LaRosa hands off to Proto. Proto finding some space. Pretty good run there by Proto. Picked up about 8 or 9 yards there. U32 is going to be 4th down, but Not too many yards to go, but the clock is ticking away. About to have less than 20 seconds to go here. U32 is going to have to hurry if they want to do anything before halftime.
Looks like they're winding down for the last play of the game.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a timeout here. 5 seconds to go. Or maybe they'll just go into the locker room. And they will. So at the end of the first half, U32 leads Spaulding 16-13. A really good game here so far. A lot of running plays, but we will take a commercial break and be back with all of the second half action. We'll open the third quarter. When we come back, you've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer.
The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by LaValle and Middleton Building Supply. Home improvement and construction from concept to completion in 10 locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. MyTV, every weeknight from 8 to 10 on WYCI with 2 editions of Law & Order, The X-Files, Dateline, and American Ninja Warrior. Watch for the new season premiering the week of September 24th. Mount Sunapee, a special New Hampshire ski and summer resort. They say we are familiar, we are warm, and we are fun. We are Sunapee. Mascoma Savings Bank. With no shareholders to please, they are committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in the community. Bubba's Bar and Grill, offering fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizza, entrees, and award-winning seafood chowder. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. MJ Harrington & Company, jewelers and designers since 1948, committed to crafting the finest quality jewelry for our customers. And by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, for the most complete line of energy products, and enjoy a level of superior customer and on-site service. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Andrew Zerhide here on the call. We're in Barrie, Vermont, watching the U32 Raiders football team take on the Spaulding Crimson Tide. U32 currently up 16-13. They will kick off. Spaulding will receive. Another squib kick there. Well, a bit of a hole there for Spaulding's return man, and he eventually is tackled almost midfield, though. So the Crimson Tide will take over in pretty good field position. That was number 23. Or excuse me, 25, Corey John there. So the Crimson Tide will take over on the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 now. Only down by 3 points. It was a really good first half. Number of big turnovers in that one. U32 forced a safety, a lot of big plays. And now Spaulding will take over, 1st and 10 now. Pearson lines up right behind center. He's going to hand the ball off. Bit of a pitch there. And number 45, Casey Payette, just slipped. There's no contact, but lost his footing, went down. So the Crimson Tide will lose a couple of yards there. Looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 12 or 13. Both teams right now 1-1 on the year. U32 beat Mount Abraham for their win, and Spaulding beat Oxbow for their win. So now Pearson lines up, 1 man behind him. He will take the shotgun snap, 1 man in motion. He's looking to throw. And he's just going to throw to the sideline to number 25. And that's Corey John there.
That's John on the reception.
Kind of seeking the contact there. Took a big hit, but stayed on his feet. Spaulding picks up about almost 10 yards there. Pretty good run and catch. It's going to be about 3rd and 4.
7 yards.
Yeah, last week U32 lost to one of the better football programs in the state, Burr and Burton.
Yeah, 7 yards.
Bulldogs are known to be a very good football program, and Spaulding last week beat Oxbow. Blowout win. Here's Pearson taking the snap now. Going to throw again to John. And I don't think they're going to really pick up any yards there. It's going to be 4th down now. 4th and 4, so no gain on that play.
No gain on the play.
Really an exciting night here in Barrie. It's homecoming. Obviously, this is a big rivalry game, a pretty big turnout right now. It's a fun atmosphere here in Barrie. And a really good game, just 3 points dividing both of these teams. U32 has won, I believe, the last 9 matchups against Spaulding, so the Crimson Tide hoping to break that streak. Pearson now takes the shotgun snap, rolling to his left, or he throws to his left, and there's number 21, Aiden Bluin. Aiden Bluin with the reception there, the sophomore. Nice play by Spalding on 4th down. 29 yards there. Only needed 4, they picked up 29. Spalding now on U32's 20-yard line, it looks like. Pearson now right behind center. Couple men behind him, he will hand it off. That is Casey Payette. Flag is down. See what that flag is all about. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Echo Communications. Call them for all of your printing needs. Check for all of our air times by checking on schedules, by clicking on schedules at ycnnow.com. So that was a holding call there. We'll move Spalding back. So 1st and 20 now. A bit harder for the Crimson Tide, but I did see them just pick up 29 yards in the passing play. So now Pearson is going to take the shotgun snap, 1 man behind him. And he's going to throw deep. Got number 22 open, and just off his fingertips. That was Sam Bigglestone. Couldn't haul it in. Maybe the ball was just overthrown. I don't know if Bigglestone maybe slowed down a bit. But Bigglestone could not haul it in. Would have been a touchdown pass and reception. Pearson really, he had his man, made the toss. Bigglestone could not haul it in. So now 2nd and 17 here. Spalding and U32's just past their 30-yard line. Man in motion. Pearson takes the snap. He's looking to throw. And he finds number 13, Zach Millette, the kicker. Millette makes a reception. He's a senior. And that was a pickup of about, let's say, about 13 yards or so. I think it's going to be about, they're saying 3rd and 2. So there's a big play by Spalding there. Moving the ball forward. Millette making the reception. Crimson Tide trying to open this second half with a score. Pearson behind center. And there is a flag. Spalding thinks that is against U32. Maybe encroachment. But a 5-yard penalty and a 1st down for Spalding. That definitely helps the Crimson Tide. So now they are in business. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. So 4 plays now, got to get 8 yards. Spalding not afraid to throw the ball. U32 definitely more of a running team, but Crimson Tide with Pearson. He's been able to make a number of completions here. Looks like he's going to drop back and throw. And he's just going to throw to the sideline, number 45, and that's Payette. He rumbles forward, but he's going to be short of the end zone. Picked up about 5 or so yards there. Going to be on about this 2 or so yard line. With about 7 minutes left to play here. in the third quarter. So 2nd and goal on the 3-yard line. See what Spaulding decides to do here. Number of guys behind Pearson now. He's going to hand it off to Payette. And Payette, I think he's short. And a number of U32 defenders were in on that one. Sullivan O'Hara, I saw with the wraparound there on Payette. Nice job by U32. We've seen them make a number of stops on downs at the goal line. Have given up a couple of touchdowns in this game, but U32's goal line defense has been pretty solid. So Pearson now lines up in the shotgun. One man behind him. That's Casey Payette. Payette is always an option to roll out and look for a pass. And there's a pump fake to Payette, and Pearson's going to take it in himself. And did he get it? I haven't seen the touchdown signal yet. It was close, and I think it's going to be 4th and inches here, yeah. Pearson just short. I think U32 was ready for the dish off to Payette, number 45. They read that play. Forced Pearson to run it in himself. So 4th and inches. This is a really huge play. Just a 3-point game here. Crimson Tide needs this touchdown. Got to score here. 4th and inches. Oh. And I believe that's a false start on the offense. It is. So now 4th and inches is going to be 4th and 5. That hurts the Crimson Tide, definitely. Figure you can pick up a few inches, especially for a touchdown, but now got to get 5+ yards. Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. We'll choose the team member that had the greatest impact on tonight's contest. Pearson takes the snap, feeling pressure, rolls, throws to Payette, and Payette rumbles in for the touchdown. Casey Payette. It's a nice simple pass there from Pearson to Payette. Not sure if the pass was forward or not, but Payette caught the ball, ran it in. He's a big back. Nice job by Spaulding. That's a big touchdown for them on 4th down after the flag there. Nice job by Spaulding. They take the lead 19-16 here. Probably going to kick the extra point with Zach Millette. He's been pretty reliable so far. No, it looks like they're going to go for 2. Pearson takes the snap, and he's going to run it in himself, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. So Spaulding scores 8 points to begin the third quarter here, 21-16, now a 5-point game with 5 minutes left here in the third. We're going to take a break, but we'll be right back with more football action. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Harris Family Furniture in Plymouth, Laconia, and Chichester.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barrie, Vermont. Spaulding Crimson Tide here hosting the U32 Raiders. I'm Andrew Zerhide here on the call. Spaulding just marched down the field and scored a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. Now taking the lead 21-16. They now kick off to the Raiders. Bit of a bobble there. The Raiders will recover. That's Andrew Prono. Bit of a bobble, but did recover. The Raiders take over on about their own 25-yard line. Today's telecast is being brought to you in part by MJ Harrington, jewelers and designers in Newport, New Hampshire. And you can watch any of our local shows anytime at ycnnow.com. So 1st and 10 here now. Raiders now behind by 5 with just under 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Man in motion. Raiders hand it off up the middle. And there is Logan Wedge. The big 20-plus yard run. Really, U32 has done a nice job of mixing up their running game based on who's going to get the ball. We've seen guys like Proto and Logan Wedge and Martin McMahon, a number of backs, pick up some big plays. In the first half, they did fumble the ball a number of times. So if they can clean up their ball security, I think they have a chance to score here. Rosa hands it off up the middle. That's number 42, Martin McMahon there, the senior running back, picking up a few yards. You pick up about 5. Pretty good run there.
McMahon on the carry, a gain of 5 yards.
It seems like almost every snap the Raiders have a man in motion. A lot of times they will hand off immediately after the snap to that man. But they've been mixing it up. There's another man in motion. That's Proto. He gets the ball just as I was saying. And Proto picks up the first down, I believe, takes a big hit there. But he did gain 6 yards and picks up the first down. So nice job by Proto. Really, just that motion, you got to be aware right off the handoff that man in motion is getting the ball. But just when you think that man's getting the ball, U32 will hand it off to somebody else. So Spalding's defense really got to pay attention here and be sharp. Rosa behind center, he takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking for a man, tosses it just over the head of Logan Wedge, senior running back there. A little too high there from La Rosa. Wedge couldn't make the play, so now 2nd and 10. U32 on Spalding's 43-yard line. So the Raiders line up. La Rosa will take the snap. One man behind him, man in motion. Just a quick handoff there to Logan Wedge. Up the middle. Picked up 9 yards there. So now just 1 to go for another first down. 3rd and 10.
3rd and 1 for the Raiders. Let's hear it for the
Excuse me, 3rd and 1. La Rosa now. Man in motion, a low snap. Fires the ball out to number 42, and he will pick up the first down and more. And he does get pulled out of bounds around the 10-yard line. So that was number 42, Martin McMahon. Nice sort of a shovel pass there by La Rosa. So the chains move. 1st and 10 now from the 12-yard line. Rosa will take the snap. Wedge behind him. Wedge runs up the middle, picks up some yards there. It's going to be 2nd down. Pickup of about 8 yards. 7 or 8 yards there.
Gain of 7 will be 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3 now. Nathan La Rosa again behind center. Man in motion. Again, they hand it off to number 33.
Wedge on the carry.
Wedge, and he's fighting for the extra yards. Did he get in? It's close. Oh, and there was a fumble on the play. And the Spaulding Crimson Tide have recovered. What a huge defensive play there. And yeah, and it's going to be a touchback. Wow, what a huge turnover for Spaulding. I thought it might have been a touchdown for U32, but just the opposite. Spaulding recovers the ball. That is their 3rd turnover on the night, 2nd fumble recovery.
Into the end zone, and the Crimson Tide recover.
Yep, fumbled into the end zone. Crimson Tide recovers, touchback. Spaulding takes over on the 20-yard line. What a huge play there by Spaulding's defense. I believe that's their second fumble recovery in the red zone. So two huge takeaways by Spaulding. Big tech, oh, and is the ball out? Did U32 just get the ball back? And the Raiders just got the ball back. Unbelievable stuff here. In the first half, both teams were struggling with ball security. And that is the same case here in the third quarter. Just 2 minutes left here in the third. And U32 gets another chance here in the red zone to score. If Spaulding was able to march down the field there and take a ton of time off the clock and score a touchdown, that would have been bad news for the Raiders, but U32's defense comes up big. They get the ball right back. So now LaRosa again will line up to take the snap. Wedge behind him. Man in motion. LaRosa still has it, passes it off now to McMahon. Nice tackle there by Dawson Terrell, the junior defensive back there from Spaulding.
Can't see the numbers.
So now it is going to be about 2nd and 6, I believe. Man, this game has been back and forth. Both defenses have come up big here in this game, made a number of solid plays. So now 2nd and 6 here. Rosa puts a man in motion, McMahon. And they do a quick handoff up the middle. So you never know where the ball is going to go. Proto got it there, but McMahon was in motion behind LaRosa. LaRosa acted like he was going to give it to McMahon, but Proto got the quick handoff inside. So now 3rd and 4. Got to get 4 yards here. And it looks like U32 wants to take a timeout. We will too. We will be right back with some more third quarter action. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Under 60 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Spaulding currently up 21-16. Just 3rd down and about 4 to go here. Nathan LaRosa, U32's quarterback, will take the snap. Logan Wedge behind him, man in motion. Looks like Wedge got the handoff up the middle. Did he get enough for the first down? It's close. And I believe they got the first down, yep. So the chains will move. But it is now 1st and goal. So 1st and about 9 yards here. Got to get 9 to score. Rosa will take the snap, Wedge behind him, man in motion. Proto gets the handoff, quick handoff. Proto is fighting for the extra yard, dragging defenders with him. And did he get in? I don't think he did. Huge second effort there by Andrew Proto. Proto really, he has had a number of nice runs here. Usually if he goes in motion, he is getting a quick handoff. Oh, and it looks like Spaulding's number 45, Casey Payette, senior, is limping. That is not good for Spaulding. He scored the last touchdown for them. And that is the end of the third quarter here. U32 is still threatening, but right now, Spaulding is up 21-16. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter action. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by LaValley Building Supply and Middleton Building Supply.
The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by LaValley and Middleton Building Supply. Home improvement and construction from concept to completion in 10 locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. My TV, every weeknight from 8 to 10 on WYCI with 2 editions of Law & Order, The X-Files, Dateline, and American Ninja Warrior. Watch for the new season premiering the week of September 24th. Mount Sunapee, a special New Hampshire ski and summer resort. They say we are familiar, we are warm, and we are fun. We are Sunapee. Mascoma Savings Bank, with no shareholders to please, they are committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in the community. Bubba's Bar and Grill, offering fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizza, entrees, and award-winning seafood chowder. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. MJ Harrington & Company, jewelers and designers since 1948, committed to crafting the finest quality jewelry for our customers. And by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, for the most complete line of energy products, and enjoy a level of superior customer and on-site service.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barrie, Vermont. Andrew Zerhide here on the call. U32 is threatening on the goal line. It looks like Spaulding made the stop there. Not sure who got the handoff, but Crimson Tide doing a nice job with their goal line defense. Now 3rd and 1 to score. A couple of big plays here. Both teams' goal line defenses have been very solid. Definitely not a high-scoring game. Rosa now will take the snap. Man in motion, that's Proto. And he's going to get the pitch. Proto's going to run for it, and he is in for the touchdown. So U32 regains the lead now. It will be up 22 to 21, of course, extra point pending. But nice job by the Raiders. Really nice job by their defense getting the ball back on that fumble recovery. Spaulding was able to march down the field when they recovered the ball in the end zone. That would have been bad news for U32, but they got the ball immediately back and put up this touchdown, retaking the lead. Looks like they will go for 2 again. LaRosa taking the snap. Man in motion, that's Proto. LaRosa throws, and it is caught. That's number 29, Michael Bove, the senior from Harwood. So U32 with a big touchdown and 2-point conversion, putting up 8 points. The Raiders will take a 3-point lead now, up 24 to 21. So with 11:19 to go here in the 4th quarter, we're going to take a break, but we'll be right back with more football action. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Lake Sunapee Visiting Nurse Association and Hospice.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barrie, Vermont. I'm Andrew Zerhide here on the call tonight. U32 Raiders just regained the lead, up 24 to 21 now. Beginning of this 4th quarter, Raiders will kick things off. Aiden Hawkins now kicks to Spalding's Daniel Durgin. He runs to about his own 30-yard line. Good to see Durgin back in this game. He was injured for a bit, but he is back. So now a 3-point game, 11:15 to go here. The Raiders doing a nice job scoring a touchdown there. Their defense came up big, forcing a fumble and recovery right after U32 fumbled the ball. But the Raiders took advantage of that and scored, now up by 3 with a 2-point conversion. That is where we are now. Spaulding has a chance to retake the lead, starting on their own about 32-yard line. Jackson Pearson, the junior quarterback for Spaulding, will take the snap. Corey John behind him. Pearson looking to throw. And number 22, Bigglestone makes the catch. He stays on his feet and picks up a number of extra yards. Pick up of about 22 yards. First down for Spaulding. Nice play there. We've barely seen U32 throw the ball at all tonight. One of their throws was picked off, but Spaulding, a different offense. Pearson not afraid to throw to guys like Bigglestone and Corey John. He's got some guys who can make some plays. So now 1st and 10 into Raiders territory. Pearson will take the snap. Man in motion. Oh, and it is dropped. Pearson picks up the ball, and he is tackled for a loss. Tackled for the sack. U32's defense coming up big there. Of course, it was a low snap, fumbled. But at least Pearson did fall on the ball and picked it up and avoided the turnover. So now it's going to be about 2nd and 18, I think.
2nd down and 18.
Now Spalding is back on their own 47-yard line. Corey John will line up behind Pearson. Pearson will take the snap. He looks to throw. Oh, he did have Aiden Bluen, sophomore, open, but threw it over him. Bluen could not get there. High pass by Pearson. Pearson goes to the sideline, gets the call from head coach Bob Lamb. Now it's going to be 3rd and 18. Let's see what they pull out here. Tune in every Saturday at 9 p.m. for Sports Wrap, taking a look at local high school sports, followed by Sports Talk, focusing on our region's pro sports with the Salt Hill Pub NFL Picks of the Week. Check for other air times by clicking on schedules at ycnnow.com. 3rd and 18 now. Pearson in the shotgun. He will take the snap. Man in motion. And he is throwing to number 21. It's Bluen there again. Lost his footing, but Spaulding picks up about 8 or so yards. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 11. So what do you do here if you're Bob Lamb? I'd think you'd punt, but just past midfield. Maybe Coach Lamb has faith in his quarterback Pearson to make a big play. They've converted on 4th down before in this game, so we'll see what they do here. Corey John lines up behind Pearson. Pearson maybe trying to get U32 defender to jump off sides there. Pearson does throw the ball, and it is over his intended receiver, Zach Millette. So the Raiders will take over on downs about midfield here. U32 will try to extend their lead, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back with more 4th quarter action. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barry, Vermont at Spaulding High School. U32 has traveled here to take on the Crimson Tide. 3-point game now in the 4th quarter. U32 has the ball. There is a flag on the field. Looks like a false start on the offense. So that will move the Raiders back 5 yards. YCN is affiliated with the Heroes and Icons Network on WYCI and WYCU. Watch our new programs every weekday from noon to 8 and MyTV at 8 and 9 p.m. And Outside Television on WYCX, America's active adventure lifestyle leader. So the Raiders now 1st and 15 to go, just under 9 minutes left in this one. And that's 33 there. Logan Wedge up the middle, picking up about 5 or so yards. So I think it's going to be about 2nd and 10 now, maybe 2nd and 9.
Looks like 6 yards. 2nd down then.
Nathan LaRosa tells his team what the plan is, and they line up for 2nd and 9. And in motion, LaRosa hands it off to Andrew Proto. U32 has done a nice job of faking out the Spalding defense with their handoffs. Sometimes they do the quick handoff right off the snap. Sometimes that's a fake. They give it to somebody else. But Proto there picking up decent gain, about 7.
Third down and 3.
So now the Raiders, 3rd down and 3. Just over half field. And there is a timeout
Before the snap.
by the Crimson Tide, by Spaulding. So we will take a timeout as well with 7:50 to go in this one. U32 leads by 3, 24-21, but we'll take a break. We'll be right back with more fourth quarter action on the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Mount Sunapee Resort. Fun for all seasons.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here. U32 Raiders,
Wedge on the carry.
I believe, did get the first down. That was about a 3rd and 4 situation.
First down.
And yes, they do get the first down, so the chains will move. If U32 can just work on their ball security, their running game has been very effective here, so they can just avoid the fumbles. I think they can march down the field and score. Just gotta avoid those turnovers. So now 1st and 10 from Spalding's 45. La Rosa hands it off to number 42. That's Martin McMahon, but there is a flag on the play.
McMahon
Maybe a
carrying it
holding
about
or
7 yards, but there's a
block in the
flag on
back.
play. Coming back.
See what the refs say here, and that is holding on the offense.
I believe that's 10 yards.
So that will move U32 back 10 yards,
Off the line of scrimmage.
and that is going to be 1st and 20 now.
Happened at the line of scrimmage. All right.
About 7 minutes left in this game. Obviously the Raiders would like to score here, and then also by taking as much time off the clock as possible, make it a 2-score game. But right now, just a 3-point game. Rosa takes the snap, drops back to pass. He does throw, and that is off the hands
Pass intended for
of Andrew Proto.
From La Rosa goes incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 20.
And that will make it 2nd down and 20 now. With 7 minutes to go. It's been a really good game so far. Neither team has led by more than 7, I believe, just from that opening touchdown by Spalding. So now U32, 2nd and 20. Hand off to Proto, and Proto runs forward. And he's still on his feet. Are you kidding me? And Andrew Proto is in for the touchdown. It almost looked like the Spalding defender gave up on the play, had him tackled, had him wrapped up, and everyone thought that was it. And then Proto just took off and kept running. So that is a huge touchdown there by the Raiders, up by 9 now. Sure, they'll go for 2. They have every time. So they're going to try to go up by 11 here. Man, Proto, he looked like he was going to break free, but then a man wrapped him up around his feet. Looked like the play was going to be over. And then he broke free for the 2nd effort. So now going for 2 here. La Rosa drops to his right, throws the ball, and it is over everyone. So the 2-point conversion fails. But it is now a 9-point game, and U32 has the lead 30-21 with 6:44 left in this game. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back with more fourth quarter action. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by New London Hospital, an affiliate of Dartmouth Hitchcock.
Welcome back here to the YCN Game of the Week. Andrew Zerhide here on the call in Barrie, Vermont. The U32 Raiders are taking on the Spalding Crimson Tide. And U32 just scored a big touchdown. Andrew Proto ran for 40-plus yards for the score. U32 now up 9. They kick it away. And that is Bigglestone. And he is going to run to his left, but now run back around the right side. I don't think he's going to have the edge, and he doesn't. And there is a flag down, probably a block in the back. That's usually what it is on these kickoffs, which would hurt Spaulding.
17-yard return.
Yeah, it would bring back that 17-yard return there.
But there's a flag on the play.
See what the refs say. Not sure exactly what it is, but it is against Spaulding. Maybe a block in the back.
Illegal block in the back.
Yeah, illegal block. So the Crimson Tide will be moved back a ways now. 15 yards, actually. That is a big loss for them. But 6:30 to go here in the game. Spaulding now down by 9, so it is a 2-point game, or a 2-score game. Obviously, the most you can get in one score is 8, and they are down by 9. So, if you're Spaulding, you've got to march down the field quick here. Try to get your defense to force a turnover. So Pearson now will take the snap. He drops back to pass. Ooh. And that ball was off the hands of Daniel Durgin. Luckily, that ball wasn't intercepted. So now 2nd and 10. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Mascoma Savings Bank. Mutually owned with no shareholders to please. If you want your local event televised into YCN's nearly 300,000 TV households, contact us at info@ycnnow.com. So Jackson Pearson now. Spaulding's quarterback will take the snap once again. Corey John behind him. Pearson will throw, it looks like. Facing some pressure, he's going to throw to John. Nice play there by Corey John. Stuck with it. Looked like Pearson was going to maybe get sacked, but John was always right there for the option. 6-yard pickup. Nice over-the-shoulder catch there by John. Not easy to do.
3rd down and 4, it looks like.
In addition to airing on our 3 TV stations, all YCN games and programs are posted for your viewing pleasure anytime at ycnnow.com. And you can also click on schedules for replay times. Now Spaulding 3rd and 4 here. About 5.5 minutes to go, and Pearson is sacked in the backfield. And that's U32's Logan Wedge there. Also a linebacker. That's a huge play by Wedge. It's going to force a 4th down here, 4th and 10, with 5 minutes to go in this game. Obviously, if you don't convert here, you turn the ball over on your own 20, that will not be good for U32. But a timeout will be taken by Spaulding, so with 5 minutes to go, we will also take a break. A 9-point game here. U32 up 30-21. We'll be right back. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill on Lake Sunapee in Newberry Harbor.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barrie, Vermont. Andrew Zerhide here on the call. U32 currently up by 9, 30-21 with 5 minutes left to play here. Spaulding needs to score and get the ball back. Pearson facing pressure, and he just gets the ball away. Nice job by Pearson, but that was, of course, 4th down. And U32 will take over. That is a dagger for the Crimson Tide. Already a two-possession game, a 2-score game. But now the Raiders will take over. Very short field position here. With 5 minutes left, not looking good for Spaulding. It's looking like U32 might win for, I believe, a 10th straight year. But we'll see what happens. Spaulding has forced multiple turnovers in this game, 3 in fact. So La Rosa there, hands it off to Wedge. The Raiders, as they have for most of the night, they will definitely keep it on the ground here, up by 9, trying to have the clock tick away. 2nd down and 7 here now.
Get this ball back, let's go!
So Nathan La Rosa now, number 5, U32's quarterback, will take the snap. Man in motion. And that bad snap kind of ruined that play. Spalding's defense will get to him for the sack. So that will push the Raiders back a few yards. Now it looks like about 3rd and 12 here. You have to look back in this game in the 3rd quarter. Spaulding forced a fumble recovery and got the ball back in the end zone for the touchback, but then immediately on the next play, U32 forced their own fumble recovery and got the ball back and scored a touchdown off that. So that was a huge turning point in this game. And that is Logan Wedge there, fighting for all of the yards he can get. And a couple of Spalding players were a little slow to get up there, but the Raiders from U32 showing great sportsmanship, helping their opponents up off the field. But as I was saying, that forced fumble by U32's defense right off of their own forced fumble, that was huge in this game, and the Raiders marched down the field and scored to take the lead, and they would not look back. Now 3 minutes to go here. La Rosa takes the snap, and he holds onto the ball. He might pitch it out. Nope, he's going to take it himself. Roll to the right. Is he in for the touchdown? No, he's just short, out of bounds.
Looks like La Rosa just went out of bounds.
So now 2nd down and goal.
It'll be 2nd down. And goal looks like from the 4.
So now at the about the 4-yard line now. Still 2nd and goal. U32 trying to add to their lead. Man in motion, and another dropped handoff there. That has been a problem for the Raiders here tonight. But at this point in the game, not a big deal. Obviously, La Rosa recovered there. Even if Spalding did recover, you'd have less than 3 minutes to march down the field twice, which would be difficult, not impossible. But now, 3rd and goal from about the 8-yard line. Spalding's defense, they don't want to give up any points, even if they lose this game. They're still playing hard. So La Rosa now right behind center. And in motion, that's Proto. But Logan Wedge gets the handoff, and he is in. Or excuse me, no, he is short. Picked up about 4 there, back on about the 4-yard line. So now 4th down. And Spalding will take a timeout here. So with 2:25 left to play in this one, still a 9-point game. U32 is threatening once again, though. We'll take a quick commercial break. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Barrie, Vermont at Spaulding High School. The U32 Raiders are threatening here once again. They are up by 9 at the end of this game. They're trying to add to their lead. 4th down and goal here. Not exactly an important play, but there is Andrew Proto running in for his 4th touchdown of the night. Andrew Proto runs it in. And U32 extends their lead, now up 36-21. Really a solid game here by the Raiders. A little trouble with their handoffs, a couple of fumbles, and interception, but they made the plays when they had to, and they're going for 2 here. Proto gets the handoff, and he runs to his right, and he is in for 2. So that makes the score 38-21. The Raiders take a commanding lead here. And I think now is a good time to talk about our HR Club Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat player of the game. We were pretty sure who that was going to be, but then on that last drive, he solidified himself. Andrew Proto did a nice job. The senior wide receiver, also playing running back, has scored 4 touchdowns here tonight. I'm sure he had over 100 all-purpose yards. Just a really nice night by Andrew Proto. It's one of those guys they were handing off to very quickly. So 4 touchdowns for him. It's a really solid night by Andrew Proto. He's our HR Club Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat player of the game. So now U32 up 38-21 with about 2:20 here left in the game. Really the turning point in this one was when in the third quarter, U32 was right at the goal line about to score and they fumbled and Spaulding recovered. But then on the very next play, Spaulding fumbled their own ball and U32 recovered. And then the Raiders scored a touchdown on that drive. So that was a huge play. U32's defense has been very solid. Not easy going up against a team that runs and passes the ball in high school, but the Raiders doing a nice job of only giving up 21 points here. So the Raiders will kick off. It's Aiden Hawkins, the freshman kicker. Maybe a short field here for Spaulding. Pretty good run back there. It's number 81, Alex Coyle, senior. But Spaulding now down by 17. They opened up this game with a quick fumble recovery, scored a touchdown, went up 7-0. But since going up 7-0, Crimson Tide has only put up 14 more points, while U32 has put up 38. So Spaulding will line up again here, 1st and 10, about the 50-yard line. 2:15 to play. Jackson Pearson will take the snap. Man in motion. Pearson looks to throw, facing pressure. And it is picked off by Andrew Proto. And that is going to do it. U32 will take over here. Turnover by U32. So 2nd and 4. Excuse me, it is 2nd and goal.
Let's go, make a stop! Football, go boys! Stop! Get that football!
And there's a pitch from La Rosa to Martin McMahon. And the Raiders add another touchdown, extend their lead, putting 6 more points on the board. And they will go up 44-21 here.
You gotta call it both ways. Don't talk to our guys.
So now the Raiders will line up to assuming they'll go for 2 as they have all night long.
Get on the line, Durgan! Get ready, let's go! C29! Sam! C29! No!
And there's a handoff. Fumble, but on the 2-point conversion, so that will fail.
Let's go,
Tackled by Norway.
Sort of a fumbled snap there, but Blowens finds Bigglestone for the reception. Bigglestone fighting for some extra yardage there, and that will do it. Final score here tonight, U32 44, Spalding 21. That'll do it for us. I want to thank our YCN crew, Greg and Alex. You can catch our YCN Game of the Week next week. We will be in Hartford as Rutland plays the Hurricanes. You've been watching the YCN Game of the Week. Thanks for tuning in.